Germans head to the polls in a parliamentary vote that will determine the chancellor to succeed Angela Merkel. DW breaks down the ins and outs of the Bundestag election process. Germany has a notoriously complex voting system for electing its Bundestag, the lower house of parliament. The system seeks to combine the benefits of both direct and proportional representation while guarding against the electoral mistakes of German history, which saw political fragmentation during the Weimar Republic between World War I and World War II. Who can vote? The 2017 parliamentary elections saw a rise in voter turnout to around 70%, following a significant drop 4 years before. The rise of the populist movement drew on non-voters in all democratic states and gave a boost to turnout. 60.4 million people age 18 and above are eligible to vote in the 2021 national election, according to figures from Germany's Federal Statistics Office. Of those, 31.2 million are women and 29.2 million are men, with some 2.8 million first-time voters. Over a third of Germany's electorate are over 60 years old, meaning the older generation often has particular sway over the election outcome. The largest number of eligible voters live in the most populous western state of North Rhine-Westphalia, followed by the southern states of Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg. 2 votes per ballot. When Germans head to the polls on September 26, they'll receive a deceptively simple ballot with 2 choices, one for a district representative and one for a party. The first vote or Stimme for the district representative follows a first-past-the-post system like elections in the United States. The voter selects his or her favorite candidate to represent their district in the parliament. Every candidate who wins one of Germany's 299 constituencies, one constituency for 250,000 inhabitants, is guaranteed a seat. Independent candidates can also run, if they have gathered at least 200 signatures from supporters. German states with larger populations have more constituencies and get to send more representatives to the Bundestag than the smaller ones. To fill the other half of the 598 seats in Germany's Bundestag, voters cast their ballots in the second vote or Zweitstimme. This vote goes to a political party instead of a single candidate. It also determines the percentage each political party gets in the Bundestag. At party conferences, the parties draw up lists with candidates for each federal state. Again, states with a larger population get to send more parliamentarians to the Bundestag than smaller ones. The parties rank their candidates, and only the top few names are printed on the ballots. So while the voter chooses a party, he cannot be sure which individuals further down on the party list will make it into the Bundestag. What makes the elections particularly interesting is that the ballot allows voters to split their vote amongst parties, perhaps voting for their local CDU candidate in the first vote, but casting their ballot for the Free Market Liberal Free Democrats, FDP, in the second vote, to help the CDU's traditional small coalition partner to get into parliament. Overhang seats. Sometimes, a party will receive more direct parliament seats through the first vote than they deserve according to the party vote. Since each candidate who wins a district is guaranteed a seat, the party gets to maintain those overhang seats. It is first and foremost the CDU/CSU which fields a large number of popular and ultimately successful candidates. Other parties then also get more seats to make up for this, ultimately making the parliament larger than its base number of 598 seats. Due to this, there are currently 709 seats in the Bundestag. The 5% hurdle. In order for a party to enter the Bundestag, it has to win at least 5% of the second vote. This system was put in place to prevent smaller splinter parties, like those that bogged down the Weimar Republic in the 1920s, from entering parliament. The 5% hurdle has served to keep the far-right NPD and other